Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vincent DiPaolo. You guys can call me Jimmy. I am, yes, the founder of the Authentic Racing Community. I am going to be promoting an educational series on handicapping. And today's lecture is Handicapping for Longshots, an easy to identify angle. The angle is the bad performance angle. And for this angle to work effectively, we need three things to happen. First, the horse needs to have a winning foundation. So it's not going to work on a horse who just broke its mating or a first-time starter. It's only going to work where a horse has two or more wins, and then they throw in a bad performance. And that's where we find the value coming off the bad performance. We're going to take a deep dive. We're going to look at 6 angles. The second thing we need for the bad performance to work effectively is we love to see bullet workouts after the bad performance. I don't care about the workouts before the bad performance. I care about the workouts after the bad performance. And we're going to show you how to look for that and highlight that. And then the last thing, the most important thing is this angle works effectively on Saturday racing. I'm not saying you can't find it during the week or on a Sunday, but it works more effectively on big race days and Saturdays. And just so you know more about me is I do not play horses during the week on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday card. Not interested. I'm busy with doing other things. And I really only play horses on big race Saturdays. And that's kind of what I recommend now. If you want to play horses every day, that's your prerogative. That's fine. I can help you. This angle works primarily on a Saturday. I'm not saying it doesn't work during the week. It may. I don't play during the week, so I don't know. Okay, so let's get right into it. What I'm going to do is start in 2017. We are going to take a look here at 2017 Irish War Card. I'm just going to start you off so you can know how to look for this. We talked about foundation. Irish War Card, 3 wins in a row, improving buyers, making his 3rd start off the layoff. So Irish War Card throws in a bad performance here in the Fountain of Youth in March of 2017. Goes off at even money, comments on press tired badly. So if you look at this, an experienced handicapper is going to tell you this is nothing more than a half a mile workout. The novice handicapper is going to say, wow, this horse was really bad in the Fountain of Youth. There's no way I'm playing him here in the Wood Memorial. After Fountain of Youth, Irish War Cry on March 25th had an okay workout. And then on April 2nd, 6 days before the Wood, was the best workout out of 3, 6 furlongs and 113, kind of signaling he's ready to fire. And Irish War Cry rebounded in the Wood Memorial off the bad performance to run back to kind of his holy bull. And you got 7-2 on him. I mean, nothing great here, but he was in post 8 in the Wood. The Wood Memorial prep is not what it used to be. Irish War Cry did beat Cloud Computing that day, who came back to win the Preakness. So I'm just really starting you off to try and identify the bad performance angle. And now we're going to show you some more examples and how you really get some value out of it. So the next example I got is War of Will in the 2019 Kentucky Derby. I wasn't crazy about War of Will in this race. I didn't pick him. But if you look at War of Will, we got foundation here. I wasn't crazy about him because I thought he was more turf bred out of Warfront and has high turf breeding. But his first 4 races, he was thrown to the wolves here in graded 1 turf races. And he was competitive. But as soon as they put him on the dirt, he really started coming into his own. So he had a solid foundation. Going into the final Derby prep, the Louisiana Derby, he has a bad performance at 4-5. So what do we look for after a bad performance? We have the foundation. Immediately look for workouts since the bad performance. And what do we find? We find 4 workouts for War of Will. The first, not so hot, just, good workout. But the next 3 are the bullet workouts that we're looking for. So he was the best horse out of 44 on April 13th, the best out of 9 on April 19th, and the best out of 79 on April 27th, the week before the Derby. So I kind of felt War of Will was loaded, but I wasn't crazy about him. and he did have a win over Churchill. He went off about 23-1 that day. I think most of you experienced handicappers will know, the new people may not, is what happened that day. Kind of history was made in the Kentucky Derby that Maximum Security won the Kentucky Derby but was disqualified. The first time in 146 years we had a disqualification in the Derby. So Maximum Security on the far turn veered out and cut off War Will, who was making a move. Now, the big controversy was War Will going to win anyway? And some people say yay, some people say nay. I actually don't even care. I had Maximum Security to win in place. I had an exacta with Maximum Security over a bunch of horses, including Country House at 65-1. But I was disqualified because they disqualified Maximum Security, put up Country House. Needless to say, War Will was a loaded horse coming off the bad performance in this race. 2 weeks later, War Will won the Preakness Stakes. It was only 4-1, but he did win the Preakness Stakes. Further proof that he was loaded off the bad performance with the solid works. The next example we're going to give you is on Oaks Day, the same year War Will got cut off in the Derby. Friday afternoon, Kentucky Oaks for the fillies. We stumble upon Serengeti Empress in post 13 coming off bad performance. And in the bad performance angle, the worse the performance is, the better it is. Serengeti Empress was beaten 50 lengths. So what do we look for? Foundation. Broke up mating first start. Comes off a bad performance, wins the stake, wins a grade 2 by 19, then goes into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile fillies at less than 4-1 and does it again. Throws in the second bad performance of her career. What does she do 2 months later? She wins by 4. So in the prep for the Kentucky Oaks, something went amiss, and it was just a half a mile workout, and James Graham eased her up. She was 1-5 that day. 1-5 is basically you cannot lose. Here it says she bled. On Lasix, I don't know how you bleed, but they say she bled. Whatever. It was a bad performance. What do we look for? We have foundation. We look for workouts since the bad performance. So since March 23rd, we have 2 workouts. Oh, 2 bullet workouts. Serengeti Empress, April 16th, over the Churchill surface, best of 23. 2 weeks before the Kentucky Oaks, 58-1 for 5 furlongs, an incredible workout. Serengeti Empress is ready to roll. She's got to win over the Churchill surface. She's got Tom Amos 25%. What else do we need? Well, let's take a look at the jockeys here. Corey Lanerie, very well respected Midwest rider. So is James Graham. We're getting a huge rider upgrade here to Jose Ortiz. So Jose Ortiz is getting on Serengeti Empress for the first time. Serengeti Empress is now making her 3rd start off the layoff. 3rd start off the layoff is one of my favorite handicapping angles. So when we combine everything with this bad performance, Serengeti Empress was a big play for me. 14 horses on a Kentucky Oaks Friday. Serengeti Empress went off at 13-1, overlooked in the betting. Results, Serengeti Empress got out to the lead, won the Kentucky Oaks easily, paid $28 to win. Now, furthermore, if you wheeled Serengeti Empress with the 20 horses in the Kentucky Derby, you got put up on a 65-1 shot. Now, I didn't have that, unfortunately. We also want to take a look at Leoria, who is 20-1 on the line. Leoria ran second at 23-1 to Serengeti in the Rachel Alexander. Well, guess what happened here? It was a repeat. Leoria ran second again in the Kentucky Oaks. So the exacta was kind of like there for the taking. So we started to see the value of horses on a Saturday coming off the bad performance. The next example I want to give you is 2021. This Derby was a little bit more wide open than a few of the other ones, but Mandaloun really caught my eye because 2 years earlier, I saw this with War Will, which I just showed you. Mandaloun has foundation, has won 3 of the 4 starts, goes into the Louisiana Derby as the 6-5 favorite, and throws in a bad performance. Oh, we were 4 wide on the turns, we chased, we were empty. Again, Laurent Giroux, Flo the Jock. This was a half-mile workout, nothing more. Cox had him trying to make a big run in the Kentucky Derby. What we want to do after the bad performance, we have foundation is the workouts. We have 4 workouts, very similar to War Will. First one's okay, and then we got a bullet workout, 58 and 4. We got the best out of 3, 111 and 2, and then 4 out of 29. So we have the workouts. When we look at Cox, he's basically on fire at the meet. He's 26% for the year, every angle here. Furthermore, Mandaloon was, regally bred from Juddmonte Farms out of Into Mischief, who sired the Derby winner of Authentic the previous year. And Mandaloon has a win over the Churchill Surface. So one of the things I do on Derby Day is when I wake up, I log into the computer and I check the Saturday morning odds, and I compare the Oaks double payouts, and we kind of can compute what the odds will be, so we can see who's getting bet and who's not getting bet. To my surprise, Mandaloon was 36 to 1 on Saturday morning odds. And I was like, this is a complete overlay. Mandaloon was favored in every race. Odds on here. 5 races, never higher than 2 to 1. Mandaloon is 36 to 1 coming off a bad performance. So I recommended a win place play on Mandaloon along with a 4-horse triple box, 7, 8, 9, and I threw IRAD in on the 1 horse. I gave that out on my email to all my friends. Everybody was hit the triple that day. It paid about $1,700. And we also had a place bet we collected on as Medina Spirit. It was a dogfight to the wire. It was a 3-horse dogfight between Medina Spirit, Hot Rod Charlie, and Mandaloon. Medina Spirit won the photo by a head over Mandaloon, and Hot Rod Charlie ran 3rd. The triple came back $1,700. However, there was a lot of drama after the race the following week and the months to come. They found some type of drug in Medina Spirit's system, and they started testing, and 2 months later, they disqualified Medina Spirit from the official win and purses and history. Not going to affect pari-mutuel payout because they're already paid out. So the verdict was appealed, and then the ruling was held up. So in the aftermath, unfortunately, Medina Spirit passed away about a few months after that. And then Brad Cox and Florent Giroux got the official win in the history books. It's important to note that Brad Cox is officially stated, he'll happily take the win, but he's not satisfied as he grew up a mile from Churchill Downs, and he wants to experience winning the Kentucky Derby at the Kentucky Derby. He wants that winning feeling. He doesn't want the feeling getting put up on a disqualification 6 months later. The reason I mention this is Brad Cox is a premier trainer right now. He's in the top 5, and he's going to have Derby horses running every year. All right? So I've given you the bad performance pretty much on Oaks and Derby Day. Let's take a look at an example, which happened just a couple of months ago here on Derby Prep Day. It was Fountain of Youth and Gotham Day on March 4th. And I was scrolling through the past performances of both cards, looking into late multi-wager plays. And I came across this race over here, which was the 12th race at Gulfstream. I think it was the race before the Fountain of Youth, which was run with Forte won. The Devona Dale. And I noticed in the Devona Dale, Red Carpet Ready was a heavy favorite. He was 3 for 3, undefeated, improving buyers, second start off the layoff, won at Gulfstream. But, I noticed turf breeding, and I noticed he's making his second start off the layoff. His trainer's only 7% in that angle, and his trainer's only 7% in a graded stakes race. And one of the biggest angles I don't like on favorites, and I immediately look to play against them in a race like this, is a heavy favorite going to ground the distance for the first time. And the Devona Dale was a mile. And Red Carpet Ready never ran a mile. And he first started off the layoff, ran 7 furlongs with a trainer with low percentage in his next start. So I'm against red carpet ready, and I'm looking at the rest of the field. Nothing's catching my eye until I stumble upon Darth Vader. And I immediately see a bad performance after a couple of wins. Look a little further down. His first race was a bad performance. He rebounded with a win. Then he ran third, which is not a bad performance. He finished third at 38-1, but he rebounded with the win off of that. So I immediately noticed he runs well off a loss. He was 6-5 when he dueled the first half mile, saved ground, and tired. So it was, again, to me, a half-mile workout. We got foundation, and I look for the workouts, and I see a bullet workout 58-4 over Gulfstream, and another workout, the best out of two, over Gulfstream. Of course, loves Gulfstream. 2 of his 3 lifetime wins. He's dropping 4 pounds. He's getting Maurice Vasquez, who's a very good long shot rider. So I didn't mind that from going from a sprinter route. He was 0 for 24 because Gervin, I know, was a good miler, and I knew his breeding would get me there. I wasn't concerned about that. So really, Darth Vader was the play for me. And I do want to just show you real quick this horse. This horse was coming off a bad performance. But why the angle doesn't work and we wouldn't recommend it here is we have no foundation. This horse only won 1 race, and it was his maiden, and then went into a bad performance. Listen, bad horses are going to give you bad performances all the time. So we can't play off a bad performance every time. We need the foundation. So, and look at this horse's odds. It's double-digit odds in every race. This is not a bad performance angle. So I just want to point that out. The reason this is a bad performance angle is we have foundation, we have the workouts, we were being bet. So we're going to find value here. So Darth Vader was 15-1 on the morning line. You want to know the results? Darth Vader won by 5. Darth Vader was completely ignored at the betting windows, went off at 46-1. Don't know how that happened, but it did. So we're really starting to see the value on a Saturday of horses coming off the bad performance angle. Same day, 2 races later, over at the Big A, we have the Gotham Stakes, a full field of 14 horses going a mile. Start scrolling down. I see the 3-horse here has speed. I see the 4-horse here has speed. Keep scrolling down. Carmel Road is a speedster. Keep scrolling down. The 7-horse has speed. The 8-horse has speed. The 9-horse has speed. The 10-horse just wired the field in the Jerome. The 11-horse has speed. The 13 and the 14 have speed. So I'm looking for someone who's coming from off the pace here. This is a total pace meltdown race for me. And what do I stumble upon? Raise King coming off a bad performance. So I immediately look for the workouts. I don't see bullet workouts, but they were second best that day, 48-2 on the poly track, which he ran on the poly track. And a lot of times trainers put their horses on the poly track to sharpen them up. Horses coming off the poly track are doing very well these days and have done for years. So Ben Colbrook is not someone that I'm not familiar with. I'm very familiar with Ben Colbrook. He's a low-profile Midwest trainer who's very clever when he ships to New York. How do I know this? Because he shipped a horse called Limousine Ribble into Saratoga about 5 years ago. And Limousine Ribble ran 1-2 with Run Happy up in Saratoga. And Limousine Ribble won a States on Kentucky Derby Day back in the day at double-digit odds with Jose Ortiz on him. So I was very familiar with Ben Colbrook. I've caught him in the past. I was intrigued because he was a closer coming off a bad performance. Violence, same sire as Forte. Violence is kind of a very hot sire right now. So I love the breeding. I love the trainer. I love he's coming off a polytrack bad performance. I have the workouts. I'm looking for a closer. And the last trigger here was I'm not familiar with this jockey from the Midwest. I'm not familiar with him, but I'm going from him to Jose Lezcano, who is winning at 20% at the Big A. Jose is a veteran in New York who's very solid, competes with the top jockeys at Saratoga every year. So this is a huge rider upgrade. And he's 30-1 on the line. I went back and looked at this race and looked at it again. And I texted my friend. I go, the Gotham is a 14-horse field on Saturday, and I love a 30-1 shot. My friend's writing back, who is it? Who is it? So needless to say, the results, Raise King won the Gotham Stakes by 7 lengths. He went off at 23-1 and paid $46. We starting to see the value of the bad performance angle. We certainly are. So take a look at this. This was on March 4th, Gotham and Fountain Youth Day. I had both cards worked out. I entered a pick and pray contest on horse20s.com for $350. It was the 5 races at Gulfstream, 4 at Aqueduct, and 3 at Santa Anita. So out of 127 entries, I had 4 winners and a place. The winners included, of course, Darth Vader and Raise King. Those 2 winners over a 3-race sequence propelled me into first, and then I held on and won pretty easily here, earning $17,000 in this contest because of 2 horses that I handicapped coming off a bad performance, and that were huge odds. So that is pretty much the summary of the bad performance angle. I hope you all were able to get some advice about it and an understanding. You know, you need a foundation, you need workouts, and of course, you know, it helps that it's on a Saturday. You know, you can look for it any other day. I just don't follow other days during the week, so I don't know if it's there or not. But always, you know, consider a win over the track, a jockey change, a high percentage winning trainer change, and anything else you can find to help you find that long shot and you know, take advantage of it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in learning more, you have any questions, you can email me at jimmy@authenticrc.com. You want to visit the website, you can go to authenticrc.com. And if you want to join the community, it's a nominal fee per year. You can schedule one-on-ones with me. You can pick my brain on any race coming up. You want to dive in with me, I'm happy to dive in and handicap a race with you. You can attend my live webinars. You will get my picks with analysis and recommended plays directly in your inbox on big race days and on football Sundays, if you're interested in football at all for a nominal fee. You can check it out at the website. I look forward to building a relationship with you, and thanks again, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and look out for the next video in my series.